Hey you guys, what's up? It is Mossy from Pro Gamer Academy. Today, I wanted to take a quick look at how the first week of the LCS went and, kind of talk about what I expect to happen this week. And, yeah, so let's just get right into it. Obviously, we had the opening match of the new LCS split, and it was FlyQuest taking down TSM in I expected this. If we looked at the results from the lock-in tournament, I think TSM didn't look good. I think FlyQuest, they brought on Jose Diodo, and the game was a bit of a stomp. It wasn't super competitive. Definitely not one of my favorite games from this week, but it's kind of the result that we expected. Moving forward, we had Team Liquid actually dropping a game to Immortals. And this was like the first upset of the season. Not one that I would have expected to happen at all this season, really. Team Liquid has been in form. They have looked good. They've had the chemistry, and that's been their only loss of the season so far. Not sure what it was. Maybe just kind of first game nervousness. I don't know. That being said, though, I wouldn't put too much stock into that result. Moving forward, it speaks volumes in regards to the potential that Immortals maybe have down the line. But we need to keep seeing. Obviously, they've lost 2 games since then, so. Moving forward, we had 100 Thieves pick up their first win against Evil Geniuses. I thought this was a pretty decent game. I expected EG to put up a bit more of a fight, given that they posted some solid results in the lock-in tournament. But 100 Thieves were just, they're on their number right now, and they're looking good together. Obviously, we can see it. They're 3-0. Moving down to the next 3-0 team, in a game that was less close, it was this Cloud9 versus Golden Guardians. Cloud9 actually at 3-0, as well as 100 Thieves. They're one of the teams that just looks so put together right now. This game wasn't even close. Golden Guardians is obviously in a position where they're rebuilding. Their old roster is actually basically entirely on 100 Thieves right now, and they need to build up some of that synergy. So you can see they're at 1 win, 2 losses right now, and that was one of the losses they had was to C9. Moving down to the last match of the day, I don't know if anyone really watched this one. I certainly did. It was a bit of a shit show. Dignitas was able to take this win. It's been their first win so far, and if you look over at Counter Logic Gaming, CLG has not been able to pick up a win at all this season. So CLG, obviously, I think they're still missing Broxa, which is just super unfortunate for them. That's like their biggest player, their biggest star that they're supposed to have. I imagine that we'll see a similar effect. Maybe not. I wouldn't put them exactly in the same spot as FlyQuest, because Jose Diodo, I think, appears to be more informed than Broxa. And then you have to think about the surrounding pieces, the rest of the team. But I do think that we'll see an uptick in kind of the level of gameplay from CLG once Broxa joins their roster. So that was for Friday. Now we're heading down to Saturday. We saw Evil Geniuses, they started picking up this win against FlyQuest. They picked up their next win against Golden Guardians, but I think that this win is indicative of what the team is capable of doing. FlyQuest, obviously, I would put them middle of the pack team, and Evil Geniuses is in that upper middle spot where, I think that they can compete with Team Liquid, with 100 Thieves, with Cloud9, but they're struggling a little bit. I hate to harp on Jizuke. I think I have a subconscious dislike for the guy, but it feels like he's not doing enough in his role right now, or at least the way that he plays just makes Evil Geniuses. I mean, maybe they need to learn to play around him a little bit more. He's just an odd player. So yeah, that's part of my concern with Evil Geniuses is how do they adapt to to their mid laner's playstyle, to his champion pool. How can they keep up the same level of success as they had in the lock-in tournament? And we have to see, but they were able to pick up that win. Looking over at Team Liquid, they grabbed an easy win against Dignitas. It was kind of a banger of a game. I believe that was the game where we saw Dardoch on Mundo, on Dr. Mundo, and it was it was scrappy, but Team Liquid never really seemed like they had any concerns. Like, they were always in kind of a commanding position throughout that game. So obviously that was one of Dignitas's one losses and Team Liquid's one win. They bounced back after taking that loss against Immortals. And then 100 Thieves took one of their super easy wins against Counter Logic Gaming. It was not a game. I don't remember too much about that one, but I feel like it was a stomp. Moving forward, that you had the Cloud9 TSM game. I think people tried to hype that up a little bit, but obviously Cloud9 just looking way too good right now. They were able to take that win. An important result here, though. Golden Guardians were able to pick up one of their wins. I expected them to be winless this week, but they're actually able to pick up the win against the Immortals that were coming off of that. Immortals had picked up, in that first day on Friday, they picked up that win against Team Liquid. You would expect them to have kind of more confidence, but they were actually they lost to Golden Guardians, so a much needed win for that roster, and we'll see how things develop for that team. Obviously, then we have Sunday, February 7th, the next day. Team Liquid was able to pick up a win against FlyQuest. I remember this being a somewhat decent game. Somewhat close. Maybe not super close. Then the EG game, I think this was a stomp. I think this one was a stomp. This one was a shit show. The Counter Logic Gaming TSM game was just like all over the place. And then if you stayed around to watch the Dignitas game, I think that you wish that you hadn't, because the Dignitas game was again, I mean, like, we're at a weird stage in the season. Some of the players are still, some of the players and teams are still trying to figure out more of their identity, and there's going to be stomps, kind of across the board. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We can go ahead and take a look at the standings. I just kind of wanted to go over the week 1 results. So we can see tied for first place right now are Cloud9 and 100 Thieves. They're both 3-0. Evil Geniuses, Team Liquid are both 2-1, and then you have the rest of the pack. Yeah, TSM, Immortals, Dignitas, and FlyQuest. And then I guess Golden Guardians at 1 win, 2 losses. If I were to rank these teams, I would probably put FlyQuest on top, TSM here, Immortals right there, Dignitas, Golden Guardians, Counter Logic Gaming. That would be kind of my rankings right now based off of what I've seen. But obviously, things can change. Things do change. It's the LCS. It's the start of the season. Teams will improve. Teams will get better. And, maybe once CLG gets Broxa on board, maybe they jump up like 2 or 3 spots. We'll see. I'm really looking for impact from him when he's able to actually, come to NA and get back into the league and stuff. So pretty eventful week. I'm looking forward to seeing what the matchups are. Actually, we can check them out a little bit. So we can see today, 100 Thieves FlyQuest. This will be a decent game. I imagine this Counter Logic Gaming Team Liquid game won't be much of a game at all. Maybe CLG pull off the upset. That would be insane. EGC9, this is probably the best game of the day. Like, it's tied with this, basically. Because both of these teams are in pretty similar situations, FlyQuest and EG. Yeah, I think this one will be a good one to watch. And then if you're sticking around later in the night, TSM Golden Guardians, I mean, if you want to watch a Clown Fiesta, both of these bottom games are going to be probably a little less competitive. And then, yeah, you can see for the rest of the weekend, there's a couple decent matchups. I would say that if you're going to find a day to kind of skip out on it, maybe it's tomorrow, the 13th. The only really good matchup here I can see is probably Cloud9 100 Thieves. All these other matchups seem like they should have pretty, maybe Golden Guardians Dignitas is going to be kind of close. But just based off of what we've seen right now, should be stomps. And then Sunday, just to top it off, TL 100 Thieves. I think this is going to be the match of the week. We'll see. But I could totally see that being a very, very hype match. Evil Geniuses Dignitas might be interesting. These teams kind of play like scrappy, or maybe that's not the way to put it, but I want to see how they interact together. And then Cloud9 versus FlyQuest, that will also be another good one. So yeah, couple good matchups this week, guys. I just wanted to check in, give you my overview for the week, talk about what happened last week, and yeah, I'm looking forward to watching all the games. I hope you guys are too, and hope you guys are enjoying the. This will be the second week of the LCS, so yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys so much for checking out the channel, and we will catch you guys on the next one.